built in 1957. It was like the gym in Harford County for so many years. This one is as good or better than that old Havre de Grace gym was. So it is a wonderful facility. Edgewood and Havre de Grace, two Susquehanna Division girls volleyball teams who have had their struggles in recent years. But Ray, these are two teams that are on the rebound.
Yes.
Edgewood coming in at 3-2. Havre de Grace is 1-1. They won against your old alma mater, Joppatown, on Wednesday night. They were down 2 games to none, came back and won 3, 4, and 5, and won that rascal in 5 sets.
That's great.
You know, the two teachers both are special education teachers. The coaches on both teams, Hannah Whitmire for Edgewood. This is her 3rd year. She's 19-17 is her overall record. They come in with a 3-2 record. Meantime, Ashley Allgard in her 2nd year at Havre de Grace, their team 4-14 over her 1+ years. So both teams, as we said, teams rebuilding, young coaches who are dedicated to building a program. And Ray, you know that. You need a coach who comes in and recruits players and stays there for an extended period of time and builds a program.
You need to recruit athletes who are aggressive and want to improve in a sport like this. It's very much a skill sport that's very athletic too. And I'm impressed by the numbers on both squads, varsity and JV. So that's encouraging right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Numbers are important because, you know, you have to have competition at practice, and if you've got just a small squad, you don't get that competition. So that, as you said, is a good sign.
I see Havre de Grace's squad is smaller, but they're also a smaller school.
That's very true. Yeah, Havre de Grace, one of the smaller schools in the county. You see there Havre de Grace's coach, Ashley Allgard, on your screen to the left, getting ready for her team to warm up. Havre de Grace, the home team, dressed in the dark uniforms. That's the burgundy, I guess. It's the Washington, oops, I almost said Washington Redskins. The Washington Commanders are that team. And Edgewood, of course, the visiting team in their red and white. And there you see the two teams doing their traditional hand slapping, getting ready. Ray, it is an interesting sport in that it's a very camaraderie type sport. You'll hear the players cheering for one another. They're in the ball game all the time. It is such a quick, fast-paced game.
Yes, it is.
Folks who played backyard volleyball may remember you served the ball underhand and you sort of bounced it back across the net. No, these young ladies will serve it overhand, sometimes a jump serve. They'll have 3 digs. They'll dig it out. They'll set it up. They'll kill it. It's just a very interesting sport.
Well, back to what you just said about chemistry and bonding, every volleyball coach I've talked to for girls volleyball said they have to bond, they have to have good chemistry, because otherwise the communication on the court is not as strong.
Just so you know the essence of the game, it's a 60-foot court, 30 feet on each side, 30 foot wide. The net is 7 feet 3 3/4 inches high. Why it's exactly that, I don't know. The boys are like 7'11", so they're a little taller. That's basically the only difference between the two, sports physically is the height of the net. 6 players on a side.
Looking forward to seeing how good the service game is, Don, because serving and receiving in volleyball is essential.
Yeah. Edgewood will be serving the ball first. They'll send out their Mackenzie Badham will do the serve. And there you see the overhand serve right away, deep. Set at the net. Volley good. Starting out, 0-0. First to 25 wins the first game. Nice dig at the net, and the ball is good for Edgewood. What a nice play by number 9, Edgewood's Ziana Roulette. We had a chance to talk to her at school today. She's so excited about this. Went up over the net, didn't hit the net, gets a point for Edgewood. They're up 1-0. Oh, what a nice serve.
Good.
Still in play. And now it isn't, as Edgewood takes a 2-0 lead. Ray noticed how that was just over the net, maybe like 2 inches over the net. So low that Havre de Grace couldn't set it up.
The first serve was really deep and higher, and that one very difficult.
She is an excellent server. Talking about the Mackenzie Badham. Set at the net. Nope, that's going to be long. And the point goes Havre de Grace. Ray, that's another difference. In the old days, you had to have the serve to get a point.
Right.
It's called rally scoring now, where you get a point whether you're serving or not. So it's back to 2-1, the lead for Edgewood. Havre Grace's Kayla Adams on the serve. Adams. The set at the net.
Very close.
Stays on Edgewood's side, so it's going to be 2-2. By the way, Ray, you'll notice there's a white shirt on Havre Grace's side. She's called the Libero, and I know you did some research on the Libero today. Tell us all about the Libero.
The Libero is really a defensive specialist in that they're hopefully going to get the return of serve, which is one of the most difficult skills in volleyball. I mean, we all like to kill and we all like to set and bump, but receiving that hard serve is not fun.
By the way, Azarea Whiting made that great kill there. Azarea, 4 foot, I should say a 4.3 GPA, a 5'8" junior. Nice little dig across the net. You can hit the ball 3 times. It's got to go over on the 3rd hit. Those rules haven't changed. Edgewood up by 3-2. They've led all the way. Was tied at 2-2. Got to go over, and it does. But it's going to be out of play. Good attempted save that time.
So far, the Edgewood servers are trying to avoid the Libero, and it's a good strategy. I mean, try to serve it to not the best receiver.
And that time the Libero does get it.
See if we get a set here.
Nice set right at the net. Oh, that's a great kill. Nice job by Edgewood's number 5. And that is CJ Mingus-Baez.
Setting is an underrated skill. If you don't make it perfect, it's very hard to get the kill.
That's 25 kills coming in for CJ. Deep. A great serve. Havre Grace gets it over at the net.
Good decision.
Was. This is the best rally we've seen all day.
Little indecision there, but it worked out.
And under the net it goes, so the point goes to Edgewood, makes it 5-2. Ray, unfortunately, I don't have the number. I've got number 10 as that Libero, but I don't have that on my roster. We'll have to try to get her name for you. She's wearing the white shirt, doing a great job. Oh, nice serve, nice save, I should say, by Havre Grace. 5-2, Edgewood leading. Nice play by that Libero. She's really done a great job.
Nice set.
Oh, what a kill. Wonderful kill there by number 5, Carla Dunson. Check it, CJ Mingus-Baez with that kill again. It's now 7-2, Edgewood leading. Danger time for Havre Grace, Ray. They were tied at 2-2, and now they're down by 7-2. Nice rally. Okay, got it over this time, and does.
Nice
This hit,
recovery.
a nice save by Havre Grace.
Oh, she's on fire.
Edgewood just looks like they're playing as a team, Ray.
Yes.
8-2, they lead.
Havre Grace hasn't been able to take the serve yet and get a good 3-touch rally back. They're on the defensive from the serves.
Sylvia Marin on the serve. Sylvia has 350 digs this year. Great defensive player. Over it goes. Mingus-Baez with that play. That's Serena Whiting, number 11 for Havre Grace at the net.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's our best setup so far.
Wow.
Oh, what a kill again. Wow, CJ Mingus-Baez doing a great job. Up 9-2 now.
Number 10 on Havre Grace is very tough, though. I mean, that's about the 3rd kill that she's gotten her body or hand on.
She has. We'll have to get her name for you. She's done such a great job as a libero.
There it is.
Good job. Good kill by Whiting.
Let's see if they have a service game that can get them back into this first game.
9-3 now. And you're right. Normally that's where you do score because you get to serve the ball. You get to start the whole rally.
Nice serve.
That's Rachel Thomas with the serve. Make it now 9-4. Remember, it was 2-2, and then it was 9-2 for Edgewood, and now it's 9-4 as Havre de Grace coming back. Oh, that's the decision you have to make. You know, is it going to be out? Is it going to be in?
Other than the one low serve you talked about earlier, both teams are putting deep serves that make the other team have to make a tough decision. Let it go or try to get this returned.
Sylvia Marin was really caught between let it go or hit it. She hit it, didn't get it up enough. There's Marin.
See what this side can do.
And that's going to be out is the call. That was close.
So close.
9-6.
I guess they have no red challenge flags in this league.
No, we don't have a challenge. No, you can't throw your red flag and look. Go to New York. Let's let New York decide that one. Oh, what a great serve.
Very, very solid.
She has done such a great job.
Now they need to get a good set.
Rachel Thomas doing that serving just like that. Havre de Grace right back in the game at 9-7. Wow. You talk about momentum, Ray. I mean, Edgewood had it all going, and now it's Havre de Grace. They've scored 5 straight points. Thomas with the serve. And they let it go this time. Wise decision. By the way, Edgewood's Kayla Glover was in the ball game. She was the libero, doing a good job, so she'll sit down now. Edgewood back to should be 10-7. I think our scoreboard says 9-7. Nope, doesn't go over. I have 11-7. They have 10-7 on the scoreboard, so I'll take their score for the time being. Right at the net. Right at the net. Shot. Great job. Boy, give a lot of credit to Havre de Grace's Azarina Whiting. She's made a big difference there for the Warriors. 10-8 the score. New players in the ball game. 11-8 is the score. Although our scoreboard says 10-8. But our truck confirms my score. Hey, Ray, how's it feel to be right once in a while, huh?
That's right. As long as they get it accurate down there by the end.
At the net.
Oh, my.
Great play at the net. Whiting sets it up. Here's the set. Attempted kill. Oh, what a nice play.
Oh, little miscommunication there.
Sylvia Marin with the save, but they don't get it over, so just like that, it's now 11-9. The Warriors within 2. They'll be serving. Here's a young lady we talked about, Azarina Whiting. Azaria, 4.3 GPA student. Yeah, and she is tall, 5'8". Her first year playing volleyball. Into the net. She is a basketball player by trade, Ray, and you can see the similarities between the two sports, the jumping, the hitting.
The service in volleyball is very similar to tennis in that you have to catch it just at the perfect height. Get under it a little bit, but it's a long one. If you get over it, it's short.
Alyssa Collins inserted to be the server, the senior, number 18 for Edgewood. There she is.
Uh-oh. Could be a long ball here.
Oh, nice return.
Nice job.
We're going to get the name of that libero because she's really played so well. Set.
Go.
And the kill, a two-handed kill. Whoa. That by C.J. Mingus and Baez. No, what are they saying? They're saying that...
They think it was a carry.
Yeah, they're saying that she let the ball come down into her palm. Cheryl Silence, the up official, says, hey, that point goes to Havre de Grace.
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to spoil the call if it stayed. But it looked like a carry right away. It was good officiating.
And it's long. Now, I have a score of 12-11, which is different than they have on the scoreboard. Maybe our truck can confirm. That'll make it 13-11. Edgewood. CJ Mingus Baez to serve. 20 aces on the year. Into the net, unfortunately. That's the problem with that jump serve. I've got a score of 13-12 on my unofficial. Oh, at the net, what a great play by Havre. They get the goal. That play at the net was by Carla Dunson, number 3. Well, there's a tie score. 12-12 is the score that we think.
Oh,
that's out. Oh, my goodness, that was close. Good decision there by Thomas to let it go. Actually by Collins, Alyssa Collins. So Edgewood goes back on top.
This is where you see the depth of servers. Once you get to the 4th or 5th player on each team, do they have the same service ability?
And that serve was by no means the long, hard serve that we've seen. Nice rally, got to go over this time. And it does not. Good job by Edgewood to stay out of that net.
I think if she did get that one over Don, the block was there. Number 9 was ready for that one.
Rams go up by 2. Then 2 ties. It was tied at 2. It's been tied at 12. Very, very competitive first game. Got to go over. And does.
Nice job.
Good dig, but they can't get it over.
Coach is explaining to her girls right now, one of you needs to call that last ball.
Sarah Bromley in the game for Havre de Grace, number 6. 3-point lead now for Edgewood at 15-12.
That serve was a little bit of a knuckleball there.
Yeah.
The Libero had all those other strong returns, but then that one kind of knuckled at the last second.
And that can happen depending on how you hit the ball. There you see Havre de Grace's coach, Ashley Algard, her second year.
It's a good timeout.
She graduated, did Ashley, here from Havre de Grace back in 2014. Special ed teacher, and loves her job. Coming back to your alma mater, now you're a Joppatown young man, so can you imagine teaching at your home school?
I was fortunate to coach a few sports at Joppatown, and it was interesting because some of these young men and women were like little brothers and sisters of friends of mine.
Yeah.
But she commands the respect. I mean, both coaches, including the JV coach in the previous game, they're young, but they command respect from their players.
And again, it's the wonderful thing when you get a young coach who loves the sport. Both Ashley Algard and Hannah Whitmire played high school volleyball. They know the game, they love the game, and they love their school. And they're intent on building a program. We go back to the Edgewood days when Deb Bossler was the coach there, who's now the county athletic director. All-American at Towson was Deb Bossler, and so she had a program.
Yeah, she really got a lot of good athletes out, and I would have loved to see her play because I heard she was terrific.
She was. Now, stays on the Havre de Grace side, so it's now a 4-point lead, actually a 5-point lead at 17-12.
Went on to become the director of Harford County Athletics.
Yep. Doing a great job. We mentioned the Edgewood High School Hall of Fame, and she is a member of that august body. Could be long, and it is long. Another point for Edgewood. Now the scoreboard has 17-12. Our truck and I have 18-12, so we're close. Remember, it was tied at 12-12 just a few moments ago.
Havre de Grace needs to get this serve back really bad.
Oh, what a great save by Edgewood.
Should be over.
That was India Craig, number 14. He got that initial save, but the point goes to Havre de Grace. Now 18-13.
Carla Dunson on Havre de Grace has put about 4 of those net balls over very accurately. She's good at anticipating them when it's right on the net.
Here's Carla Dunson now, needs some good saves. Well, I should say some good serves. Tries the backhand. Now that's an interesting attempt by Edgewood. It doesn't get across, and so the point goes back to Havre de Grace, 18-14 now. Remember, it's the best of 25. You've got to win by 2. You can't be 25-24. I've seen Ray some games go into the 30s. Unfortunately, unforced error into the net. Ball goes back to Edgewood. They pick up the point at 19-14.
Well, if you have games like that and it's a 5-set match, it can be pretty tiring and shows, which team has a better bench, which team has better endurance.
Absolutely.
You talk about that comeback the other day, 2 games down to none. That sounds like a tennis match with Nadal.
Boy, great play by Whiting. You can see the camaraderie there of the Havre de Grace team as they get the point, make it 19-15 now.
It's a nice crowd here too, Don.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. It's a nice crowd and a very respectful crowd. We saw during the JV game where Cheryl silenced the crowd, if you don't mind my use of that term. There was some things being said in the crowd that was not supporting your team, but against the other team, and she turned and said, hey, I'll have none of that. And if it had been me, they'd have booed me off the stage, but they all said, yes, Miss Silence, yes. Yeah, good job by Cheryl Silence. Dave Burrell is the other official, by the way, the down official. Nope, doesn't get across. Oh, my. You can see how upset the young lady was.
She tried to do a little bit of a jump serve there, and that makes the timing even more difficult.
You're right. Kayla Adams was the young lady who served. 19-15 is the score. Libero back in the game for Edgewood. Great kill.
Nice try.
They give a lot of credit to Edgewood's number 5, CJ Mingus Baez. She has really done a great job. 25 kills coming in on the year, making it now 20-15 Edgewood. Great serve. Sylvia Martin with that serve. Sylvia Marin, I'm sorry. So impressed with Mingus Baez's play.
Nice decision.
Gotta go.
Low
Here we
set.
go. Nice job by Edgewood. Oh, good set. There's another set. Setting the ball near the net, Ray, so important.
If I had to pick one difference in the game so far, is Edgewood's been able to get their sets within 3 feet of the net, and the sets for Havre Grace have been 5 or 6 feet away from net.
Well, very good point, Ray. That is true, because when you set at the net, then you got a chance to just slam the ball, as a kill. Whereas if you're trying to hit it from 5 or 6 or 8 feet back, you don't have the angle.
Another timeout for Havre de Grace.
Yep, good job by Havre de Grace. They know that they're right now at their critical point, down by just 6 points. They've rallied. Remember, they were down 9-2. They rallied. They were down, let's see, 19. We're looking at my notes, 19-12, and they rallied. Now they're down by 6 at 21-15. As you see Ashley Algard, the second-year coach. Special ed teacher. She talked about that win that came Wednesday night, this being Friday night, against Joppatown. They were down 2 sets. They lost the first 2. I mean, it was over. You just pack your bags and go home, right? No, they came back and won that 5 sets, or 3 sets to 2, I should say. And they lost Tuesday night, the night before, to Hartford Tech, 3 sets to 2.
Wow.
So they have played 2 5-set matches this week, one winning and one losing.
Well, it's interesting to see when the coach is going to sub in somebody to be server at the strategic time. If you have somebody on your bench that's a good server, once you get the serve back, that could make a 6-7 point run.
And just like that, the serve does not go well.
Here's Havre de Grace's chance. They need to reel off a streak here.
Yeah, that's another point for Havre de Grace. 21-16 they're back. Great serve. Got to go over. Nope, it won't. 21-17. Look out, here come the Warriors. Well, you get that feeling that, hey, no matter what the score is, I can come back.
One thing I like that you pointed out before is how
out it is. Wow,
that is how close. They pick each other up when somebody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
You can't get on your teammate in a sport like volleyball, because then they're going to be down for the next play. They laugh at each other, they smile it off, and move on to the next play.
Ogbonna with the serve. That
Ooh.
could have gone out.
Yeah.
It's like that pitch that's too close to take. You got to move it.
Yep.
And they did Havre de Grace. Oh,
Nice
great kill and great
return.
return. What a return. Get a number for you.
Number 8.
Yeah, that's Ogbonna.
Wow.
KC Ogbonna, who made that great return.
That's basically a 2-point reversal right on that one play.
Absolutely. Kaluchi Ogbonna, the senior.
Could have gone down by 6, and now they're down by 4.
Yeah.
They need some good serves again. It's a high one.
That's Whiting with the serve. Oh, it's out. 22-19.
First one she's hit long,
Yeah. Didn't quite have the angle that time.
but that one was deeper from the net.
Yeah. Here's the set.
Nice.
Nice save. Havre de Grace has really picked its game up here.
Yes, it has.
Nice set. Little of a dink there rather
Need
than a
something
kill.
close to the net here. Nope, right over.
Here's the set.
This could be tough.
There's the kill.
Yep.
Great job by Edgewood. That was Brianna Carter, the junior. First year playing volleyball. Now they're within 2 points of winning this first game. 23-19 the score. Great serve.
I'm not
Nope.
seeing number 16 on Edgewood's roster.
Yeah,
Don.
it's actually 16 is Alyssa Collins. Yeah, they changed the number on us. Now Edgewood is within this point. This is game point in the first set. Oh, great serve. Let's see, that point goes to, yeah, it goes to Edgewood, and that will be the game for Edgewood. They've won the first set, 25-19. Remember, it's best 3 out of 5, so Edgewood, I think, and you pointed out, Ray, the difference being that they really played well as a team, setting the ball near the net.
I think the unsung hero of that first game was Bree Carter. She made most of the good sets to the left side there, or the middle. They seem to tend to go over to her on the set and across the middle or the other side. She puts them right on the spot.
Yeah, Bree Carter, number 14, the first-year player.
But you also have to have the person with the bump getting it to her.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an interesting team game.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this exciting match. I tell you what, I love all sports, but I've come to really love especially girls volleyball. And boys volleyball, it's kind of a power game where you don't see usually a lot of rallies or volleys. Normally it's bing, bing, gong. You get a big guy at the net. Here, it's like girls basketball where they play below the net, and it has to be teamwork, and it has to be good setting on all parts. And just so happy to see Havre de Grace and Edgewood, two teams that have truthfully been down for a number of years, coming back.
They look very solid. But your point is valid, because in boys volleyball, if they get it to one of the taller players, they have a much easier chance of getting higher over the net. And to that point, a kill is very difficult to return. Here, it has to be a perfect set.
Yeah.
And then these girls are quick enough to get returns.
Remember back in the old days in the 1970s, the Mitchell brothers, Skip and Mike, at Aberdeen, they were basketball players. One was 6'7", one was 6'8". They played volleyball. It was like, okay, fine, give them the ball. Aberdeen was just unbeatable back in those days. And I've always been amazed that more basketball players don't play volleyball.
Yes. Because
the two sports are so similar in the skills, the leaping, the timing, the pass work, and all those kind of things are so similar.
Well, that's partly due to the fact that today, Don, more athletes focus on one sport.
Yeah.
And you're right. Back when we were in school, the volleyball coach was coming over to the basketball coach and saying, if they're not playing football or soccer, they need to be on my team.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely. Oh, that was a nice play by Cheryl Silence.
Yeah, a little head ball action
used the head
there.
ball.
She must have been a soccer player in her day.
Well, Cheryl was a great athlete and still is. Plays softball for her Mountain Christian softball team.
Awesome.
So, Cheryl Silence, who has been my partner in years past, but this year she has a full schedule of refereeing. She's in such demand.
Well, it's one thing that a lot of my sports friends and I have talked about, having a harder and harder time getting good officials. People that have actually played the game coming back and giving back to the sport.
Very good point, yeah.
Tough sport to officiate, too.
I really like volleyball for many reasons. One, it's a very inexpensive sport. If you think about it, you don't need pads or any kind of fancy equipment. You just need a net, and maybe some shin guards or something, or knee pads.
Yeah.
So it's a sport that is relatively inexpensive to play. And it's a sport that women can excel at. We mentioned Deb Bossler from Edgewood, who was an All-American at Towson University, and so many more who have been so good at it. So now we go to the second game. Havre de Grace will begin on the left, serving from left to right. They'll serve first, down 1 set. Obviously, you don't want to go down 2 sets. You want to try to bounce back and win this. So the Warriors will send out their number 4, Kayla Adams, to do the serving.
She's having an equipment issue herself.
Yeah, an equipment malfunction. And so Ashley Algard shifts from coach to equipment manager.
It's definitely one of the sports that the United States has done very well in the Olympics and internationally, both full court volleyball and beach volleyball.
Yeah.
Beach volleyball takes incredible athleticism.
My goodness, yes.
2-on-2.
And if you've ever tried to run in sand, that's no fun.
But it is much more fun to land in.
Well, that's true. That's true.
We can all go to the beach and think we can play volleyball really well when we can just dive in the sand.
Well, here come the Rams now, trying to go up 2 sets to none.
This is a good long rally here.
It is that. Oh, what a good kill.
Nice.
Good job by Havre de Grace. Looks like they're number 3. Yeah, that's Carla Dunson who made that kill.
That's the first opportunity she's gotten near the net. Most of her other chances were too far from the net.
Is that the first lead that Havre de Grace has had? I know they were tied several times.
Yes.
But they're leading 1-0 now.
Got to put that down.
Great save by Edgewood, but Havre de Grace gets the kill, and now they're up 2-0.
Well, if they came back 2 sets to none, that's good coaching too, and making good adjustments. So let's see what adjustments the coach makes here. I'm sure she's already told them you got to get the sets closer to the net.
Oh, what a nice save, but it goes out of play instead.
That ball would have been in, so that was a good decision.
Well, we promised you we're going to get you the name of that number 10 that is not on our roster. The Libero often wears a different uniform. That's why she's not listed on the roster. So we'll get that for you before we leave the air. There's a nice jump serve. Good play by the Libero. Got to get it over. And they do.
Hit. Got to get that down.
Havre de Grace up by 2. So now it's Edgewood that finds themselves down by 2.
Carla Dunson has earned all 3 points for Havre de Grace so far.
Rachel Thomas with the serve. Oh, mighty. Oh! Nope. If it had gone over, it would have counted. You can hit the net. Back in the old days, if you hit the net, it
looked
was
like it was going to crawl over for a second, Don, and then it went back.
3-2 the score. Edgewood now. Nice hard serve. Got to get over.
Oh,
and it will, but is it in?
It's in.
It's in. What a play. We'll just simply say number 10, the Libero. She comes out. The good thing about Liberos, too, is they can come in and out innumerable times. So now it's 4-2. Havre de Grace with the lead. Warriors to serve.
Nice hard serve.
It was that. And that's Carla Dunson
long
again.
get over.
Oh, that's a great return. That ball looked a little deep, but they let it go. Looked like it got down into her palm area. Great volley.
Nice return.
Now, and this time it doesn't go over. 4-3. Edgewood back within 1. And just like that, the Libero back in the ball game. She's been so valuable.
Kind of like being a goalie in another sport, Don. Not everybody's brave enough to do the job.
CJ Mingus Baez, number 5 for Edgewood, coming in with 25 kills. She is just really a dominant force for Edgewood today. We're tied at 4. Our first tie of this second set. Whiting gets it over.
It's going to be a good set.
Oh, and a nice little dink. But it gets over.
What
a play by Havre Grace. Wow.
That's why you stick with the play there, Don.
That was Kaylee Bolin, number 5, who dove for the ball, and somehow he creeped across the net as Havre Grace gets the point. Why, I'd given up on that one. I thought that was Edgewood's point. You see a replay. You saw how she got it over. I don't know. And I guess it was really number 11 for Havre Grace, Ariana Whiting, who actually got the ball over. Now it's 6-4. While we're away, Havre Grace gets one more point. That's going to be in.
Yep.
Wow.
Havre Grace is on a run. Now it's Edgewood's time to get a stop.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too, about this game. It is a game of momentum. You know, the worm turns quickly for or against you. Up, and just like that, the unforced error, 7-5.
I love how the Havre Grace coach keeps giving them little tips when there's breaks in the action.
Yep. There's Edgewood now with the serve, Alyssa Collins. Alyssa's been coming in to do the serving with a lot of confidence in her serve. Good set. Blocked at the net.
I think she was into the net.
I think they're going to say that. Let's see what Shell Silence calls.
The toss?
Yeah.
The toss is what usually leads to the unforced errors on the serve, Don. It's just like a tennis toss. If you don't toss it perfectly, your timing is completely off.
And the point goes to Havre Grace. As you see, they lead 8-5.
Need a good set here.
Oh, nice.
That was a
nice
very
kill.
good. Number 11, that was a very good spike from that distance.
Azaria Whiting, a basketball player. Her first year playing volleyball, a 4.3 GPA student is Miss Whiting, only a junior.
Oops. I just dated myself, Don, calling it a spike. I should have said a kill. That's the old man term.
I think I'll go with spike. Spike works. We all know what it means. 10-5. That's the biggest lead of this night for Havre Grace. Remember, they just had ties back in the first set. I don't believe they had a lead. They were tied 3 times during that first set. Yeah, they were tied at 13. And then they went down 14-13 down to 19-14 and ended up losing that first set. They were tied at 2 back in the first set, and then tied at 13 and then lost it. This time we had a 2-0 lead for Havre Grace. It was tied at 4-4, and now Havre Grace leads by 10-5. You see the Edgewood coaching staff there talking with their teams. Hannah Whitmire, Hannah in her 3rd year, 19-17 overall. Also coaches softball at Edgewood, and she's a special ed teacher there. I didn't hear that comment, did you?
No.
Somebody in the truck asked me a question. Try that again. Nope, didn't get the question back. We'll try to answer it in a moment. By the way, Edgewood last year, for the first time, went to the 2nd round of the playoffs. They ended up last year's record at 7-8. That's going to be long. Boy, such a small difference between hitting it just right and hitting it a little long. So the string is broken on that long serve, making it 10-6. And now let's see if Edgewood, with CJ Mingus Baez.
Oh, that was in between. Did not know whether to return that or not.
Yep.
Made a last-second decision.
20 aces on the year coming in for Baez. And now Edgewood is coming back at 10-7. Oh, great serve. Great serve. Hit low with spin just over the net.
She's great at the net or at the serve.
Mingus Baez doing a great job. Bringing her team back within 2 now at 10-8. Her serves are so deep. Good return by Havre de Grace. That was Kayla Adams, number 4. Adams again sets. Whiting with the kill. Not always how hard you hit it, but where you hit it. As Aria Whiting with the kill. Gets Havre de Grace back on the winning side, now leading by 11-8. She'll go back and do the serving. Kind of a floating serve. Right in no man's land. Great job by Edgewood. That was the Rams' number 14, Bree Carter.
So Havre de Grace Libero the Liberos are basically going out when their team serves, and they're going back in when they're returning the serve.
Here's Carter with the serve just over the net. Got to get it over. Can't do it. Now it's back within 1 is Edgewood. And we're down by, as you remember, 10-5, down by 5 points just a moment ago. Now they've scored 4 straight points. Bree Carter to serve. Good set.
Nice set.
A nice block there by Carter. A left-handed kill.
Yep, first kick we've seen today.
Wow, what a play by Havre de Grace.
A lot of people don't know that you can use a kick if you need to.
Yeah, you can, or any part of your body. You can hit it with your head. By the way, Rachel Thomas with that kill. 12-10 now, Havre de Grace leading. That's Kayla Adams in to serve.
Nice.
Oh, tricky, but they're going to call carrying it. Yeah. It looked like Kinsey Badham decided she was going to try to trick them, but ended up holding the ball in both hands, and the referees called it on her. 13-10. Another thing, Ray, we used to get away with that all the time, you know, just like catching it and throwing it. They don't let you do that anymore.
No, they don't.
It's going to be long. What a competitive match.
A lot of times the errors also are a result of a communication problem. Two people going too close to each other for the same ball, and it kind of throws off the footwork of the other player.
The Kinsey Bottom in to serve for Edgewood. Junior, second year on the varsity.
Nice.
Oh, tough serve. That has to hurt a little bit.
That was almost like a rising fastball
it
there.
It was a four-seamer.
I mean, I thought she had it gauged, but it just rose right at the last second.
Oh, it did. Had that overspin on it. 12-13 now. Edgewood within 1. Chance to tie. Oh, and that time she was twixt in between. Am I going to hit it up or hit it, you know, with my hands up? I think she saw what happened to her teammate a moment ago. And they were tied now at 13-13.
That's 2 serves in a row that have seemed to confuse the
That's
receiver.
long, and it is. Oh, great job.
Good decision.
Yeah. That's the one when the fastball is just an inch outside. You have the nerve to take it. 13-13, we have our second tie of this match. That's going to be long. Just like that, an unforced error. Edgewood goes up now by 14-13. Yeah, it's 14-14 is the score. Sorry about that. I missed one of the Havre de Grace scores. Oh. And now it's just like that, 15-14 Havre de Grace. Thank you, Truck, keeping me straight out there. Have we said what a great job our crew does?
They're
yet?
amazing.
Well, they don't say it because they get a big head. You know? No, they do a wonderful
They
job.
save us sometimes.
Oh, my goodness. A lot.
It's 2 service errors in a row.
Yeah. 15-15, we have another tie. That's our third tie. We were tied at 13. Actually, our fourth tie, we were tied at 4. And the Edgewood is up 1 set. A little confusion there, getting away with it.
Somebody needs to get a good set.
Whiting.
A little behind her on that one.
Yeah, it was a little bit behind. She had to sort of reach back and try to hit it into the net. And so Edgewood will take a lead at 15-16. Could be long. Oh,
out.
that's close. They're saying it's in.
No, that was long.
I thought it was long,
Yeah.
but the official right on the spot says in. Whoa.
Oh, they changed the call.
Yes, they
They changed it to
overruled
long.
the official. I think that's the right call.
Yes.
It looked like it was long by, a couple of inches.
My eyes aren't great anymore, Don, but I think I even saw that one.
Here's a replay. You'll see. It comes down just so
yeah, about an inch or
close.
so.
Man, if they had chalk or something, the chalk would have come up.
That's right.
Just like that, though, Edgewood goes back ahead at 17-16 on that mistimed serve. Got to go over, and it does.
Nice. She could put
Good
that
job.
down.
It was Rachel Thomas who made that save for Havre.
See if we can get a set closer to the net here.
There's Whiting.
That was
There's the
very
set.
good.
That's going to be long, and it is long.
Back to a
And
tie.
we're tied again. 4-4, 13-13, 14-14, 15-15, and now 16-16, and now 17-17.
The service game has really been important the last 6 points. Let's see if
Yeah.
one team can start getting more in.
Impressed with both teams. They're really showing a lot of skill. Oh, what that play. I'm not sure she intended to do that, but
Let's
it
say
came off
she
her.
did.
Yeah.
Let's be nice and say she did.
Rachel Thomas, she hit it and had that spin on it and found the court in play. 18-17, the lead for Havre de Grace.
We used to call that a dink.
Oh, great play
Nice play.
for Edgewood, keeping it alive. Oh,
Nice.
great play. Give credit to Sylvia Maria.
A little bit of a change up there.
Yeah,
Everybody thought she was going to do a regular hit.
Sylvia Marin, sorry Sylvia, who made that great play, number 11, kept it alive for Edgewood. And guess what? We're tied again. Have to win by 2, just reminding you, it can't be 25-24. Okay. You can do that. It's like a tennis ball where you decide not to hit it. Oh, what a serve. Just over the net.
Nice. Oh,
Great
play,
save.
number 2.
Great save by Havre de Grace. That was Audrey Grimm, number 2, who made that save for Havre de Grace.
She loves
Oh,
that play.
beautiful. That's the Kinsey bottom. Again, she went up with the left hand. You don't see that often. Most of the right-handers, she went up with the left hand. They thought she was going to set it. No. Bink.
That
Over
was
the
a
net.
nice adjustment on her because when she got called for the carry earlier, she tried to do that same play with both hands.
Here you'll see this replay.
So the last 2 times she's done this, she's done it with just one hand, and it's been
Watch
successful.
how she goes up. And is she going to set it?
Oh.
No. I'm not going to use 2 hands to set it. I'm going to take my left hand and flick it over the net. Is that fair?
I love the trickery in
Is
volleyball.
that fair? You know what it's like? If you ever played fast pitch softball and they're throwing like 90 miles an hour
Yep.
and they throw that changeup.
Yep.
And it's like, no, you can't do that. No, what a play. This has been so entertaining because you want to see 2 well-matched teams.
Yes.
And you also want to see 2 teams playing well. And they're both playing well, Ray.
That was really, really good for number 2, Audrey Grimm on Havre de Grace.
Yeah.
She had trouble with a few serves, and she looked like she was getting down. And then she made about 3 or 4 really great plays in a row. And I think that really picked up her confidence.
4.2 GPA, National Honor Society, Student Government Association, volunteers at her church, works at Bully Rock, wants to pursue a degree in healthcare administration at Ford University. Where does she have fine time to sleep?
I was
Come
going to say,
on.
what else doesn't she do well?
My
Jeez.
goodness, does she like bring the water out and she's the water girl as well? Wow, so impressed. You look down these rosters and you see all these great GPA students.
So I think we have an injured player, Don.
Yeah, it looks like we have a nosebleed
Well,
or something. She said, I'm fine, I'm fine. Leave me in the game. Look, no blood. She has convinced her coach.
well, good job by the officials just to make sure.
It was Kaylee Bolin who said, no, I'm not bleeding. I just have red on my head.
Nice angle.
Oh, great block at the net. They're going to give the ball to point to
Yep, she just.
Havre Grace.
Yeah, she just.
And we're
they
tied
had
again.
They had a very good block set, but the angle that ball came made it very difficult to get it back on the other side of the net.
We're tied again. Whiting with the serve.
It's a high serve.
There's that left-handed dink again. It's out.
Good decision.
Lead by 1 now for Havre Grace at 20-19. Let's see, we've been tied at 4, at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Why not be tied at 20? Then it's going to be, oh no. Havre Grace takes a 2-point lead now at 21-19. Can the Warriors even this match at a set apiece? Down by 1. They lost that first set, you'll remember, 25-19. Whiting, high arching serve. Almost hit the rafters. Oh, nice block at the net. Good kill by Edgewood. That's Sylvia Marin.
Put a little finesse on that one.
Brings her team back to 21-20. Edgewood trying to tie.
With one of their strong servers back there.
Bree Carter. Nice set. There's a set close to the net. Got to go over. Could be long. Nope.
Well, this is going to be a tough save, but they could do it.
Good job. And they do get it back across. What a play by Havre Grace. Wow. And Havre Grace gets the point. Great save by that Libero. I promise you, I'm going to get her name.
That ball was almost off the basketball court, Don,
Yeah.
and they got that back then.
Down near the Havre Grace sign, right where she's serving right now. The she being Kayla Adams.
That's a tough
Close,
one.
yeah.
Close to the line.
Got to go over and does.
Good communication.
Into the net.
A little short.
And it's a big 3-point lead for Havre Grace now. They're 2 points away from squaring this match at 1 apiece. Hey, Ray, let's go 5 sets. We don't want like a 3-set now.
Nice set. Good touch.
Well, Havre Grace has played so well in this particular
nice
game.
job by number 10.
Oh, the great shot. What a nice kill by 16, Kinsey Bottom.
That was smart. She knew that Havre Grace's Libero had to come in to dig that ball out, and then it left the back left court open.
21-23. Bottom goes back to serve. Nice jump serve. Out of play. We're back to 22-23. Let's tie it again. Remember, we emphasize you have to win by 2. It can't be 25-24. So this is Havre Grace's last chance to be able to win in regulation. Oh, what a nice play. What? No, they're going to say she carried it.
Yeah.
Cheryl Silence, the head official, says down in the palm, Coach Ashley Allgard says, I beg to differ. But guess who wins that argument? Tied at 23.
Surprised she did that with one hand.
Yeah, it was a great play. Unfortunately, not legal. Out it is.
Crucial match point coming up.
It is match point.
Sorry, set point.
Yeah, now Havre Grace, if they get this point, they win the second set. And back to serve it for Havre Grace. It's Rachel Thomas. And Havre Grace wins it. Rachel Thomas with the winning serve. It's 25-23. We are tied at 1 set apiece.
She served that ball down for about 4 or 5 feet from behind the line and served it really flat. That made it really difficult to return.
Yeah. What a game that was.
Yes.
Cheryl Silence coming over, talking to the coach. You'll see her there explaining what it was. That was a key point of the game. And Ashley pleading her case, but again,
But also being polite because she wants to get the next call.
Well, and also because she's a nice person.
Yes, yes.
Unlike some people I know
Right.
who would be like in the referee's face.
Yes.
I can't think of anyone I know right away, but I know that I've seen people like that. Used to be a manager they called the Earl of Baltimore.
Yeah, he kicked a few piles of dirt at the umpires, didn't
he got fined once because he kept pecking the umpire with the bill of his cap. So then he turned his cap around the other way.
Yes.
And then he spit on the umpire. And, Earl made a habit of chewing some toxic whatever. And when he spit on the umpire, it was making his point. Remember one time Earl came out and he tore up the rule book and threw it at the umpire's feet. Said, you don't need this rule book because you can't see what it is. I'm going to ask, maybe we can get somebody's attention to ask about number 10. Maybe Cheryl Silence will tell us. Hey, Cheryl. Number 10. Yeah, we're trying to find out number 10. So she comes right up to us.
She's coming to us.
Let's interview number 10.
We wanted to know your name because it's not on the roster.
Oh, Leah Delgado.
Leah? You're doing great. We needed your name. Thank
Leah
you.
Delgado?
Yes.
Leah Delgado. Way to go, Leah. Yeah, and thank you. Boy, she came right up here, and it's like we have power or something.
Don, she got up those steps a lot better than I did. What's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because she's about 30 years younger than you are. Not casting any aspersions.
That was being generous with the 30.
Yeah. we spoke about that. These teachers now who look like maybe high school freshmen.
Yes.
I think it's just because we have older eyes.
That's right.
I was telling one of the young ladies the story about when I was my first year teaching, and I was having trouble outside class because I looked young, had hair, and looked young. And I told the principal at my first evaluation that my only problem was outside the classroom, they didn't know I was a teacher. He said, son, time will take care of that. And he was so right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's even harder for these young women. I mean, they look so young, and they come in here and they've got 6'5" high school students looking at them thinking, you can't be older than me.
Well, actually, Allgard, of course, who went to school here at Havre de Grace, graduated in 2014. So she came back here 2 years ago, this being her second year. And so again, when you teach at your alma mater, you know the younger brothers, sisters, and you have to establish that line of, hey, I'm not your pal, I am your teacher, so we can be friendly.
She's very excited about the new school.
Oh yeah,
the gym here and everything.
Yeah, this if you haven't seen the new combined Havre de Grace Middle High, please come around and don't come on the premises without a pass, or but it is so beautiful on Lewis Lane. Drive by and just take a look at it. What a great facility.
That brings a lot of enthusiasm to a school, whether it's newly built or renovated. It just really reinvigorates the students and the staff.
We're talking about my alma mater at Edgewood High School in 2010, a brand new school. Of course, it had been built in 1954, and so it was well beyond its prime. But again, the students are so proud of that school. They take care of it. They love having visitors come in and look at it. Same with Bel Air, same with Aberdeen, same with North Hartford, all the rebuilt schools. There you see Cheryl Silence. Cheryl is doing a little exercising there on the high bar.
That's hard to stand the entire game on that.
Yeah.
The whole match. I mean, officiating is really underappreciated no matter what the sport. You see a soccer official running up and down the field. You see, the grief that officials have to take. So far, the crowd's been good to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or Cheryl will turn around, and we saw it in the JV games. I think I mentioned that Cheryl noticed there was some catcalls being made against the opponent. She said, time out, turned around and faced the entire crowd and said, hey, let's be good sports. And everybody in the crowd was very silent. And when she finished her speech, she got a standing ovation. I thought that was impressive.
It was really only a few people in the crowd.
Yeah.
And the rest of the crowd doesn't usually appreciate that, so
Yeah.
they were happy that she got it under control.
And these are kids. These are not, high-paid pro athletes who, get a big paycheck. So here we go, the third set. It's tied at 1. Edgewood will do the serving. We're underway here.
What a dig.
And right away, a great dig by Havre de Grace. Got to go over it.
Wow.
And what a lot. Oh, the Libero, Miss Delgado, making that save on a miss hit. As Havre de Grace will take the lead 1-0.
That epitomizes the game right there.
Yeah.
Number 8's a fantastic player, and she knew she just had one miss hit, but she'll make 10 more great plays.
Leah Delgado, number 10, the Libero. So happy that she came up and gave us her name. And it's now 2-0 for Havre de Grace. That's the way the last set started, where Havre de Grace went up 2-0. Warriors will serve. They'll send back Kayla Adams, the 5'2" senior. Second year on the varsity, Kayla. Here's the set, Whiting. Long, it's going to be out, yeah. And now it's 3-0.
Leah's another good student on these teams. I mean, you look at the GPAs of these girls, it's very impressive that they're such good athletes and such good students.
Absolutely. You think of the time it takes, all the practice and so forth. Yeah.
I think I matched them athletically, Don, but my GPA was never near what these student athletes have.
Is that 3-1 now? Yeah, as Edgewood gets the point. Well, I always say mine was as high as any of these. I was 1.0 in 9th grade and 1.0 in 10th. I got a 4.0 by the time I was a senior. You're telling me that doesn't count?
You told me if they would take math out, your GPA would have been very good.
Yeah. It would have been. Yeah, that algebra proved to be my undoing.
I was the opposite. My math saved my GPA.
I couldn't understand how A plus B equaled anything except AB.
Well, my high school soccer coach was my math teacher most of my time, Stu Palmer.
That would not have been good for me. 5-1 the score. Havre de Grace with the lead.
That was a nice
so
serve.
impressed.
That's
The
a tough
serving.
serve to return when it's right along the line that
Absolutely.
way.
And low. Service there by number 8, Rachel Thomas. Rachel, a 5'6" outside hitter, 2-year varsity player.
Wow.
Another great GPA, 3.5. Good play by Ashley Algard. Scorebook in one hand, catch with a right hand.
That ball had a little knuckle action on it too. It's
It
not
did.
just the speed, but when it changes direction right at the last second.
She's like an archer, the way she hits it. Oh, it's now 8-1. My goodness. Havre de Grace has just come out on fire.
Looks like they made some good adjustments.
Remember, this is the team that was down 2-0 to Joppatown and came back and scored 3 straight wins to win it by 3-2 just the day before yesterday. Oh, this would be a good time for a timeout by Coach Whitmire. Her team down by 9-1.
Well, when you get one server that gets hot back at the service line, it could really make a great run, and that's what they've done so far.
Oh, that's an excellent point, Ray. Rachel Thomas plays softball, plans to study kinesiology and become a sports medicine physician.
Wow.
That's out. First thing I got to do is learn how to spell kinesiology. Goodness gracious. Study of the muscles, I think.
Yes, I took kinesiology in Towson.
I was going to take it, but they said you have to spell the word before you get into class, and I was dead.
Uh-oh, it's probably going over.
Oh, nice play at the net.
Dig.
The referee says no, somebody's in the net.
Somebody's in the net, Havre de Grace. Unfortunately, when she made her great hustle, her momentum took her into the net slightly.
Yeah. The great thing about the up official, notice that she'll have her hand on that net, and so if the net starts, shaking and quivering, she'll know that somebody was in the net.
Uh-oh, wrong way. Good
Goes
save.
over. Great. That's Thomas again. Rachel Thomas with that save. And just like that, here comes Edgewood.
Remember I told you that she made one error, but she was going to make some great plays. Well, Kalichi just did that.
That's Sylvia Marin.
That was a tough angle that she had to get that kill.
9-4. That's in. 9-5. Here come the Rams. It was 9-1 just a moment ago. A game of runs. It's in. Well, the official says it's in. Let's see what the call is.
Do I have this number wrong, Don?
Number 8, Kalechi Obama.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't say her last name correctly.
Nice adjustment.
Oh, now
little
a
wide.
mishit.
This is an important part of this, not just this set, but this match, because Havre Grace came out dominantly and Edgewood got a little run there. So this next 4 or 5 point stretch is really important.
KC Obana, I want to make sure I said her name correctly. That's the number 8 for Edgewood. What's the call?
Calling it out.
Yeah, they're going to say it's Havre de Grace Point. That was close. You can see Ashley Allgard, the coach there, saying it was definitely out. He was out by 3 feet.
The coaches were actually laughing with each other on that.
Well, both are special ed teachers, so they have that common bond as well.
They probably go to the same meetings before school with each other and probably know each other from that as well. Nice set.
Oh, good play. Good hit by Edgewood. That time it was CJ Mingus Baez, who's played such a great game. She hit it where nobody could get to it. It was in no man's land.
That was a perfect set she got there.
It was, you're right. And then she converted it. So let's see. Oh, Edgewood now 2 straight points. Make it 11-8. Little miscommunication there. You got it. I'll take it.
Coach is signaling spread out. Talk, call the ball. Ooh.
McNeely Baez.
You might see a timeout in Havre Grace soon.
Yeah. 11-9. Remember, it was 9-1 just a few moments ago, and now it's 11-9. That's out. Nope. Delgado says, I couldn't take a chance. And it's now Edgewood 11-10, down by 1. What a comeback for the Rams. Ubana long this time, and so the comeback is stopped by that long serve, making it now 12-10. You and I talked about maybe it's time for timeout. Coach Whitmire says, no, let's just let them play, and that strategy seemed to work.
She's probably limited to how many she could take.
That's a good point.
Match, so she's probably wanting to save it for a 4th or 5th set.
Ava Holloway into serve. That was close. Oh, a nice two-handed kill by Edgewood. CJ Mingus Baez. 12-11.
It was a good job of her to not put that right into the middle of the block.
That could be long.
Nice save.
Delgado couldn't take a chance. And it's going to be Edgewood's tie at 12-12. Can you believe it? When it was 9-1, I would have said, hey, this game is over. Shows what I know.
Well, the first 2 sets were tied about this point also, so.
Oh, great serve. That ball was over the net by what, an inch? Wow. And so Edgewood takes the lead at 13-12.
And now Havre Grace looks
now
like
the
they took
timeout. Wow. That's sort of my comment. That's my expert comment. Wow. What in the world? You're down 9-1. Havre Grace coaching staff saying, what hit us? Was that a jet airplane that just hit us? 9-1. Well, the Rams just kept pecking away and pecking away.
I'll tell you what, NBA basketball and any volleyball are the 2 games that you could see the score change drastically within a 5-minute span.
Yeah, momentum. Mr. Mo.
But again, a lot of this has to do with like Edgewood in the second set had a little stretch where they seemed like the players weren't calling the ball and getting each other's way, and the Edgewood coach corrected that.
Yeah.
And then just recently we had a Havre Grace run like that, And that's what the Havre de Grace coach looks like she's discussing right now. That's where we talked about the communication.
Yeah.
It's vital.
Well, what a close match. The first one, 25-19. Edgewood, the dominant team, looked like they were going to be able just to win 3 straight sets and be done with it. No, Havre de Grace came back, won the second 25-23, led 9-1. Now they find themselves down by a point. Delgado. That was sort of a fist bump that time.
Yeah, she hit that with her knuckles.
Wow. Oh, what a kill by Edgewood. Great play there by Sylvia Marin, the senior. 89 aces on the year, 51 kills for Marin, one of the leaders of this team. Puts her team up by 2 at 14-12.
Close to the net.
Boy, that was a nice set. And a little one-handed dink shot by Havre de Grace gets it over Kayla Adams. Kayla's only 5'2", so it shows you don't have to be that big, tall person to be able to make the kill. Makes it 14-13. Kayla Adams plays basketball, 3.2 GPA. Hey, she works at Chick-fil-A. If I announce that on the air, does that mean I get like a free sandwich at Chick-fil-A? Have you ever been to Chick-fil-A? No commercial being done here. But, you know, they're like lead the league in nice. You know, I guess they only hire nice people, huh?
It looks like Kayla had a little injury problem there and asked her coach to take her out there.
Yeah. 14-13.
Nice.
Great return by Havre de Grace. Don't know how she did it. This time not able to get there. Young lady who just came in the ball game for Havre de Grace, number 7, Ava Holloway, who made that first save.
You can't give Bree Carter 2 chances in a row there, right at the net.
Yeah.
They were able to return the first one, but not the second one.
15-13. Edgewood now up by 2 after being down by 8 at 9-1. Oh, how did that get over? That ball was over by a centimeter.
Last time Bree Carter got to the service line, she got a nice little string of points. Let's see if she does it again.
I'm estimating a centimeter. I'm not able to measure it. Oh, what a kill. Right at the net. Ziana Roulette.
That situation right there is awkward for the Havre de Grace front line. Putting the ball just over the net is a great opportunity for Edgewood.
Delgado with the dig. Here's the set. Great play for Edgewood.
That seemed to happen to me, Dom. Whenever I got to the net in any kind of volleyball game, it seemed like the 6'10" guy would be opposite me on the net.
Sylvia Marin with that kill for Edgewood. Yeah.
My 5'10" didn't just match up too well.
No.
That's a tough ball.
Delgado with another great save. Delgado, though, she's out of position, coming back in, and the ball gets in that lower right-hand corner.
Sylvia Marin's catching fire here right now.
19-13 Edgewood with the lead. They were down 9-1. My math is not real good, as we've always stated, but 9-1, let me see. Carry or not.
18-12
something
run
like
here.
that.
I'm sorry, 18-4 run.
And now make it a 19-4 run, 2013. That's why you're a math major here. You can figure that stuff out on the fly. 2013. Got to get Holloway with a nice get. It's not going to go over, though. That's 4 hits. 21-13.
Another timeout.
There's timeout now. Timeout Havre de Grace. I just, you know, I'm beyond being able to describe what's happened here. When they're down 9-1, it looked like Edgewood was dead in the water.
Yes.
We're saying, Coach Whitmire, call timeout. She looks up at us and says, you just commentate, I'll coach. She didn't say that, but that's sort of what is happening here, because her team came back on their own, and now they have come with this 21-13 dominating lead. Now, if Edgewood were to win this set, then it's 2-1. You play a third set. Wow. Now, you'll go to 15 points only in the 5th game, so it would still be a full 25-point game.
Havre Grace needs to get a little run here and get their crowd back into it.
Yeah. There you see some of the crowd. Enthusiastic.
Got a student section to the left here and parents in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, parents don't like to be around students, or is it the opposite way? I think it might be the opposite.
I think the students say, you won't sit near me, Mom or Dad.
Yeah. Pretend like you don't know me. Here we go now. Great kill. Boy, Edgewood is just doing it all right now. That's Ziana Roulette. Had a chance to talk to Ziana today at school. She said she was so excited but nervous about tonight. I said, because you're going to be on national TV? Yes. Hey, we're on the internet all over the world. It is international TV, right? You're being watched right now.
Nice set.
In Guam.
I think,
let's see what they're going to call.
Yeah, I thought it did. The Edgewood player tried to get out of the way the last second, but it tipped off her arm.
22-14.
This is Havre Grace's chance here.
Big point for Havre Grace.
Nice serve.
She has been the woman.
She's not only getting good power, but she's hitting it into the deep left corner almost every time.
Sylvia Marin, we're talking about, the senior.
Putting the Libero back in here, she's going to have to get these returns for them.
This number 11 for Edgewood. She has been, you're looking for, the outstanding player in the game. She would be the one I would pick right now. 24-14. Talked about a lot of unsung heroes, and they have been for Edgewood. Game point. They can get this point here. Edgewood would go up 2-1. Best 3 out of 5. Oops, not this time.
Mistimed her jump. Again, that's very difficult.
Yeah. It's that high risk, high reward thing. When you do it right, it's wonderful. You do it wrong, it looks pretty bad. Well, here comes Havre Grace now. Can they come back? They've got to get 9 points to tie it. There's that little tricky play.
Oh, they're calling a carry again.
That's the second time we've seen that carry called on Kinsey Bottom. It looked good to me, but what do I know? I'm just sitting up here. 24-16. Now they've got to get 8 points, does Havre Grace, to tie it. High floating serve. Oh, that ball right in no man's land. And Edgewood will win this second set, the third set. They'll make it now 2-1 as they do their victory dance. I like it.
So now we got to see the mentality and the attitude of Havre Grace, the first 5 or 10 points of this fourth set.
Yeah.
They're obviously dejected from losing a 9-1 lead.
Yeah.
But, what's the old saying, Don? In sports like this, you have to have amnesia. You have to be able to forget about that last set quickly.
Yeah.
Move on to this set, and let's get it to 5. That's got to be the mentality.
And they had the memory of the Joppatown match the day before yesterday, where they came back from being down 2 sets. So they know they can do it. And against Harper Tech, their first game of the year, they lost that 3-2. So they know they can compete with anybody in the league. So by no means are they going to say, hey, let's just pack it up and, and go home. Since we're already home anyhow, we'll pack it up and go stay here. But Edgewood, on the other hand, the Rams, who were down 9-1. I mean, you had just lost the second set, okay? Now you're down 9-1. Hey, this is over.
Yeah.
But no, they come back and take a lead and end up winning it.
24-7 run is pretty dominant there to win that set.
I'm so glad you're here with that math thing. I was ciphering. I was I'd already taken my shoes off using my toes. I was that far down.
Well, what I like about this sport, Don, is there's so many dynamics. I mean, the serve, the return of the serve, the setting, the spike, the killing. Here's the thing. I still go back to, even though the Edgewood hitters are wonderful, the setting ability on Edgewood is phenomenal. Like, how well they get it to their setter. And even when she's had to bump it instead of an overhead set, she still put it right on point to her outside hitters to get successful hits.
And you're right, Ray, and it's not been one setter for
Mm-hmm.
Edgewood. It's been all the people who set the ball have set it up just about perfectly. And then this young lady, Miss Marin, Sylvia Marin, who's the senior outside hitter, she has just been awesome.
Yes.
Hitting the ball, number 11 we're talking about, hitting it sometimes so hard it can't be returned, and then other times just in a sort of a vacuum place. Now, can you do that on purpose? Do you know that? Or is it just something that innate you're going to be able to hit it where nobody is?
Well, we talked about this the other night in a football game, but footwork is the key to sports. And if you don't judge that ball perfectly and get right under it, your footwork isn't there, you're not going to get the proper bumper set.
Yep.
So gauging the ball, you're an ex-softball player, how people can gauge a ball is very important.
Well, here we go to the fourth game. Edgewood leading by 2-1. They won the first game 25-19, lost the second one 25-23, won the one just now 25-16. And now it's 0-0 as we go to the fourth game. If Edgewood wins this one, it's over. If Havre de Grace wins it, then we go to that fifth set.
Got the Havre de Grace crowd trying to pump up their team right now. Edgewood girls now retaliating.
Cheryl Silence waving at us. Hi, Cheryl. Actually, she's waving at the scoreboard, scorekeeper, who still has the score 25-16. Cheryl, having that keen eye, says, no, we don't start at 25-16. We start at 0-0. That's Cheryl. You know, what can you say?
Havre de Grace needs to start off good here.
Yeah, they
have to
do.
serve.
Remember, they started off well last time. You know, maybe that's not the way to do it. Maybe you start off behind and catch up. I don't think that's the way to do it. You said it, Ray. Momentum so important. Havre de Grace has got to come out and show they can play with Edgewood. Here we go. There's Miss Marin again.
Nice.
No, I think she hit it twice in a row. I thought she did.
She can, because the first one was a block,
Ah,
and then she's allowed to touch it
good
again.
call. The point is going to go to Edgewood. Edgewood leading 1-0 now. They'll send back Kinsey Badham.
It's an important point for Havre de Grace, because the last time she served, they had a really difficult time.
Delgado. Got to get it over. Can't do it. Been so impressed with Leah Delgado, number 10, the Libero.
Yes.
The defensive specialist in there.
I wish they did have pad and armor everywhere, because she's going to be black and blue at the end of this game.
She is that.
She's been on that floor a lot, making a lot of great saves. There she goes again, as we say it.
That hit the net, but again, it does still count. It can play it. You know, in the old days, the way we played it, hit the net, no, it's over. Now it hits the net and goes over.
She's smiling through the pain. Every time she gets up off the floor, she's smiling.
3-0. Oh, that's
Nice
a nice
play.
play.
That's a nice play.
Great play.
They needed that.
They surely did. Good play by Rachel Thomas for Havre de Grace. Looked like she was going to set it, but instead she just sort of flicked it over to the far side of the court. And you're right, Ray, she needed that one, did Havre de Grace. And the old thing about the defensive play, you get to lead off the inning while Thomas gets to serve. Oh, that ball so close to being over. 4-1. That couldn't have been more than 2 inches from going over the net.
Warning the crowd again.
Yeah, Cheryl Silence, who is talking to the crowd about being good sports. Hush, I'm going to be quiet. Cheryl, that's real authority when you can turn around to a hostile crowd and say, hush, and they do.
I think it's a combination. She's asking for them to be quiet on the serve. And she's also trying to point out that the players, they're trying to communicate, and if you're too loud, they're not going to be able to hear each other.
Delgado getting it over.
This is not a good situation.
No, it is not a good situation when you set up CJ Ninji Baez. Minjini Baez for Edgewood, who made that kill. Her first name is...
She's had a good game too, Don.
She really has. Her first name is Chiara, but she likes to be called CJ.
In the first set that Edgewood won, she was getting a lot of kills on the left side.
Havre de Grace, critical point, now down 6-1.
It's pretty difficult for the other team when the other team that you're playing can sub in another girl, an outside hitter, that's as dominant as the one that was beating you before.
Sylvia Marin.
High ball.
Delgado got a little deep on her and unable to get it. You have to think that Havre de Grace is getting a little bit tired as well.
Yeah, they don't have as big of a bench, and their team hasn't been subbing as much.
Marin.
Nice save.
Good job. Yeah, and a point for
that
Havre
was
de
an
Grace.
important point.
Well, that was a big one. Carla Dunson was the number 3 who made that great save.
That's almost like an indescribable play. You really can't say anything different. She put the back of her fist out and hit it over.
Not something you practice a lot. Just something that comes to you naturally. Oh my, just off the side of her hand and out of play. And that's that unforced error that, you know, you want to avoid if you can.
Some of the Havre de Grace players are looking a little bit tired right now. And the Edgewood coach has been able to sub players in every third or fourth point.
8-2 the score, as you see. Got to go with her, and it does. Whiting gets it over.
Here comes the set.
Nice kill at the net. It's still alive. Edgewood thought they had won the point and sort of turned away. Good job by Havre de Grace to stay with it. Whiting, it's in. Great play.
What a great way to stay with the play there.
Azaria Whiting, a 5'8" junior, first year playing this sport as a star basketball player, 4.3 GPA. Brings
that
her
might
team
be my
back.
favorite point for Havre de Grace this match, Don. I mean, it didn't have the most dramatic last play, but the perseverance was wonderful in that play.
Audrey Grimm coming in to serve. Audrey, 5'2", defensive specialist, a senior, second-year varsity player. 4.2 GPA, National Honor Society, student government, volunteers at church. Whew, I'm tired just reading it. There she is. What a great volley here. That ball got kind of deep. Not called.
Put it over. Good hustle.
Delgado. Oh, and Edgewood, a little bit of miscommunication. That might have been one of the best volleys we've seen all night. Big point for Havre de Grace. They're back within 3 at 8-5.
Could be long, but maybe not.
No, touched by Edgewood. Another point for Havre de Grace. They're back within 2. So again, when we called them, hey, 7-1, you're out of it. Now it's 8-6.
Edgewood thought they had that point won.
Yes.
And now Havre de Grace has scored 4 or 5 straight points.
Grimm has come in and done a great job for Havre de Grace. There she is. Whiting at the net. Great block, but it's going to be out of play. It'll be Havre de Grace point. 8-7. The Warriors back within 1.
A game of momentum.
This Audrey Grimm come in and give her team a real spark.
Oops.
That's going to end that scheme. Make it now 9-7 Edgewood.
Well, they're back in the set now, so
they are.
should feel better about that.
When they were down 7-1, it was like, okay, this is not looking good. And to serve Alyssa Collins for Edgewood, defensive specialist, second-year player. Gets this nice long floating serve. Yeah, awfully close to the net. What's the call? The down official, Mr. Burrell, calls it.
Said she went into the net after the Little shot there.
First time we've seen that call here, actually the second time, make it 10-7. Edgewood does get the point. Alyssa Collins. Oh, great play. Cross court.
Close.
Are they saying it's good?
No, just out.
Oh, they're saying out. Wow. Ashley Allgard is up off the bench questioning that call. Well, that was close. And now the Havre Grace players turn to their bench and say, to their fans and say, hey, no booing.
The coach is
I
saying
like
that the side judge called it in.
Yeah. And now and now they've reversed the call, and they're saying it is Havre Grace point.
It's a great job by the Havre Grace coach because you're allowed to, the head official's allowed to ask the other officials.
Here's the replay. Now you'll see. Look at, if you can see on the far side, it is in. It hits the line. And in this sport, hitting the line means it's in, like baseball. Unlike football, when you hit the line, you're out. Now, come on. Let's be consistent, Ray. If you hit the line, it's either in or out. It's like a foul pole. You hit the foul pole with a line drive, it's a home run.
And while we were doing the replay, the last serve by Havre Grace was just out by an inch. And now Edgewood's gotten 2 points in a row. So the momentum is shifting slightly again here.
Yep. 12-8 is the score. 12-8, Edgewood leading.
Nice save.
Oh, that is Grimm with a great save. Now it's got to go over. Can they do it? No.
Little confusion there. Two players called the same ball.
Audrey Grimm with a great save, but it was just too difficult to get back over. So Havre Grace, who within 2 at 10-8, now is down by 5 at 13-8. Good chance. It's going to be out. Make it 14-8. So Edgewood was leading by 7-1 and then leading only by 9-7 and 10-8. Now they're up by 14-8.
I think Havre Grace has to find that mid-level of where they're setting the ball again.
Got to go over. Can they do it? Not quite. A nice try by Grimm. Make it now 14-8. Or 15-8, excuse me. CJ Mangini Baez.
Call it. Nice try.
Almost. Delgado, how did she get it that far? She had no momentum at all, just sort of hit it with her right hand. Make it 16-8. McNeely Baez, CJ.
Another timeout.
Well, you talked about it, Ray, that she had early on dominated, and now Mangini Baez has come out and done well. There you see Coach Algard talking to her team. I'm just so impressed with both of these coaches, how they are, sincere, they're dedicated, they inspire their teams. No yelling, no hollering, no, what's going on with you? Just, hey, I'm here for you.
Just watch how their players look at them when they're talking. That's good respect. And
boy, that's a very good point. You can tell by the rapt attention that each coach is getting. I am impressed. I think both of these teams, as we go back, if they're able to stay together and the coaches continue coaching, I think in a year or two, you're going to see both of these teams among the very best in the county.
Well, what happens here is you got two different speeches that are the same. The Edgewood coach is trying to tell her players, we've got an 8-point lead. We just need 9 more points, but calm down. Don't get too anxious. And they're telling the Havre Grace players the same thing. Don't live or die by every point. Just relax and play your game.
Yep, you can't get 8 points in 1 point. It's got to be a point at a time. That's going to be, thought it might have been out.
That's one where the Libero needs help from her teammates.
Yeah.
She can't really see the play and the line at the same time. And
absolutely. Up here, we can see, let it go. But, hey, when you're playing, you don't know where that line is. Grimm, Delgado, and now over. Oh, nice little dink. Oh, what a play by Edgewood. That's by Sylvia Marin.
Right away, she pointing to the official that they touched that in case it goes out. Make sure you know that. Over. Nice play.
That was a nice little dink going over by Havre. Goes Kayla Adams. That's Adams again. Great set by Adams. There's that little dink play we've seen before a couple of times. She is an expert at that, with she being Alyssa Mackenzie Bottom.
The difference I'm seeing, Don, is that when the Edgewood players are doing a little dink play, they're cutting the angle of the ball a little bit more. Havre de Grace is doing good finesse, but they're not quite cutting the ball.
C.A. Mangini Baez.
Nice.
Blocked at the net.
That was a good defense, but that was a really good kill.
Yeah, in the net it was. 19-9. Havre de Grace has got to get on a run here. As Aria Whiting with the serve.
Saw that coming.
Kinsey Bottom, we haven't talked enough about her just skill of being able to dink that ball over.
Yes.
Makes her team up by 20-9. Edgewood came in at 3-2 on the season. Looks like they're getting a few new players in the ball game as Coach Whitmire. Number 6 is Blessing Mangu. And Blessing, if I said your name incorrectly, I apologize. M-A-N-G-U-E. Out. Point Edgewood.
We don't get the stats up here right away, Don, but Mackenzie Badham has really had an unsung game. She's gotten a lot of finesse points at the net.
Yeah.
It's over.
There she is again. Yeah, nothing spectacular.
Right.
Like Mangini Baez. That's in.
Yeah.
And Sylvia Marin. Those two young ladies have just dominated. But you're right. Kinsey Bottom has just made play after play.
Whether it's a good set or a finesse play at the net, she can do power game also.
Official says, nope, I wasn't ready. Down official, Dave Burrell. Let's do it again. Don't start till I say start.
He was making sure his side judges were ready.
See, that's the great thing about having a whistle. It's like you have control.
Nice.
Oh, nice hit. Good play. Young lady made a nice play that time. That was Kayla Adams. Kayla's played a great game. Kayla with a 3.2 GPA. Going to go into criminal justice. 22-10 now.
Low serve.
Tough.
She didn't toss the ball high enough.
23-10. Edgewood within 2 points now of wrapping up this match. They would win it by 3-1. That jump serve, and they do let it go.
Good decision.
Yep.
That was good communication that time. They were both thought about it.
Let's see if Havre de Grace can go on a long run. They have to. Rachel Thomas. Maybe their best server, Rachel Thomas. That's Baez.
Baez can communicate. Baez can hit the kills from front half and back half of the court. She's just got power from everywhere. Very consistent. I don't know if I've seen her error on her yet today.
No, I agree. KC Obana making a little bit of mishit that time, 23-12.
Nice.
Delgado, how many digs has she had, huh? Well, you're right, she's going to be black and blue. 23-12. So many great players on both teams. We've been impressed. Delgado certainly the defensive specialist, and I love how you said it. She's smiling all the time. Win or lose, she's having fun. That's a great serve.
Very good. That was a slightly different serve there, Don.
That was, and that was unreturnable. That was get out of the way and pray. Hope it goes out. 23-14. They got a long way to go, but
Let's see if she does that serve again. That was interesting.
Rachel Thomas. This time Edgewood's able to return it. Oh, no, the ball does get deep into her hand. They're going to call that point against Havre de Grace. And so now we're at game point.
We got match point here.
Yep, 24-14. Edgewood gets this one, and they win it by 3 games to 1. Not quite yet. 24-15. Edgewood won the first set, 24-19. Lost the second, 23-25. Won the third, 25-16. They're leading 24-15 here.
Are we going to see her serve for the first time?
Delgado, yeah, I don't think we have seen her serve yet. Leah Delgado. Havre de Grace battling for its lives here. At this point, Edgewood would win, and they're still alive. 24-16.
That's the first time they've been able to get the ball to Azarero Whiting in a while.
Leah Delgado.
See? She can serve too, Don.
She can do it all. A great job by,
Oops.
and Havre de Grace is still alive. Make it 24-17. Come on, I want a 5th set. Let's go. The guys in the truck, I can just hear them saying, we want to stay. Come on, 5th set. Maybe that's not what they said. I thought I heard them say. At the net. Is that the point? Yes, it is. That's game point. 25-17. And Mangini Baez is the one who gets the kill. And the wave, and there they go, the handshake with each other. You can tell a lot of respect. These 2 Route 40 Carter schools, and you and I both come from Route 40 Carter schools, and we're proud of our schools. You know, they say, hey, you know, we're good athletes and we play the game right and we, you know, do things right. So, and the coaches shaking hands, as you said, probably many, many times in many meetings, talking about special ed concerns. I mean, how much respect you have for special ed teachers who care about kids with special needs. Just a wonderful night here at Havre de Grace. Hope you've enjoyed it as we brought you this high school showcase event where Edgewood and Havre de Grace come together. Edgewood coming in at 3-2. They're now 4-2. Havre de Grace 1-2. But Havre de Grace has been impressive in all 3 of their matches. Losing 3-2 to Hartford Tech, coming back and beating Joppatown 3-2, and now losing 3-1 to Edgewood. Ray, what do you think? What would be your evaluation of both teams?
I think that Edgewood has a better ability to get the kills at the net. They have 3 girls who can all put the ball down, and very well. But again, I go back to the fact that their setting was so good. The service game, both teams had 3 or 4 girls that could serve solidly. Obviously, I'm impressed with the defense of number 10 again. Just phenomenal how many saves and digs she got.
Yeah.
This match was a 3-1, but 3 of the 4 sets were pretty close.
Yeah.
So could have. I think that one run, that 24-5 run, that was the match right there.
Yeah.
Because Havre de Grace had all the momentum, and Edgewood just took it away right there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You look at the scores, it was 12-12 at one point there in that third game, and Edgewood ended up winning it by 25-16. And as we said, Havre de Grace was up 9-1 at one point in that third game and then lost it. And I believe you're right. I think Havre de Grace, just you have to get down a bit because you say, look, you know, we gave them our best shot. They took our best shot and came back and beat us at it. And now you come to this 4th, you know, critical game, and you know, and Havre de Grace ends up not being able to compete against Edgewood to make it a 5-set game.
I think the versatility of the Edgewood players also impressed me because the same girls that were good at getting the kills were also very good servers. And I think if I had to give them an edge in one direction, they were more consistent with their serving on the Edgewood side.
Mignini Baez, number 5 for Edgewood, and we also talked about Sylvia Mera, number 11, and also 16, Kenzie Bottom, 3 of their great players. And, you know, for Havre de Grace, you know, you just name them, they had some great players as well. Rachel Thomas, number 8, Kayla Adams, number 4, also played well. Azaria Whiting, number 11, played well also. So it was an exciting match. Edgewood ends up winning it by 3-1, winning the sets number 1, number 3, and 4. Havre de Grace winning that second set. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Don Morrison, my partner Ray Ruse. This has been a Harford Showcase event on Harford TV. Tune in all season long as we bring you the wide world of sports in Harford County. Again, Don Morrison for Ray Ruse. Have a great night.